Creating a movie is a very difficult task that requires a lot of people to ensure the whole thing is run smoothly. These people range from crew members to actors to directors to the editing staff. Sometimes things happen where the project isn't 100% successful, even for the best of movies. This video is made by Dominant Media and will present 10 movie mistakes that you totally missed. Jurassic Park. With all of the action in this movie and all of the different camera shots, it's not surprising that they had to take precautions to make sure the camera gear wouldn't break. When the Velociraptor runs into the gate as it opens, knocking Joffrey off the top, he falls to the ground and is attacked. As he falls, you can see two hands come in to break his fall and prevent him from hitting the camera. Multiple crew members appear in the film, and countless scenes show film equipment being clearly visible. In the scene just after the Falcon takes off from Mos Eisley, there's a shot of the Falcon with Star Destroyers chasing after it. The next shot is of Han Solo alone in the cockpit. Watch carefully behind him in the doorway, and you'll see the shoulder of a man in a green shirt quickly move out of the shot. Terminator 2 – Judgment Day. Nothing says resourceful like a low-level robbery. John proves this point by hacking an ATM and stealing money, but the effects team must have gotten lazy after the beginning of this scene because after he finishes hacking the ATM, John puts his backpack on twice. I guess the continuity director said "hasta la vista, baby" to his job responsibilities. The Dark Knight. The Joker has a truly colorful outlook on life and loves spreading it to the world, similar to the way he shoots the bullets at Batman after making the Joker crash. After crashing, the Joker picks up a gun and begins shooting. In the background, on the right alongside the Joker, is a shop with the sign Sweet Home Chicago, where the scene was filmed. But shouldn't that read Sweet Home Gotham? Lord of the Rings – The Fellowship of the Rings. With all of the magic and mysticism in Lord of the Rings, it's not surprising that there were some things that slipped past the editors. During the fight at Orthanc, in the wide overhead shot, as Saruman flies backward toward the large doors, the wire attached to the back of Christopher Lee's outfit is visibly pulling his clothes. You probably wouldn't have noticed it before without close inspection. Back to the Future. Back to the Future is the greatest time-traveling movie of all time and holds a special place in most people's hearts. The classic movie was released in 1985 and is still recognized as one of the greatest movies of all time, but it isn't without faults. In the scene at the beginning of the film where Marty cranks up his giant amplifier, the resulting explosion blows Marty into a shelf, which tips over, spilling all of its contents on top of him. In the next shot, despite the shelf having been emptied in the previous shot, papers and folders continue to fall on Marty. The Godfather. The Godfather is one of the few universally acclaimed movies. Even one of the harshest movie critics ever, Metacritic, gave The Godfather a 100%. It was released in 1972 and stars the amazing actor Al Pacino. This movie is great, but it does have mistakes, and one was present in the scene where Michael shoots Sollozzo and McCluskey. After Michael shoots Sollozzo in the head, he turns to McCluskey and shoots him in the throat and then in the head. But before he shoots McCluskey in the head, you already can see the hole in his forehead. Die Hard. The Die Hard series is arguably the best action series of all time. From the leading actor Bruce Willis to the compelling storyline, this is one of the best movies ever, though there are some mistakes that can clearly be seen. Now, Bruce Willis wore fake feet during the movie to protect his own feet while shooting the film. They were like boots that slipped on over his feet. At the part where the FBI guy shoots at him from the helicopter and Bruce jumps to a lower level of the roof, you can see the tops of the fake feet aren't tight around his ankles. The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is one of the most classic movies of all time. Everyone has at least seen it once, or at least knows the plot line. The movie was released in 1939 and is still very popular today. Oz the Great and Powerful was based off of this magnificent movie. Although this is a classic, it does have many mistakes. A rather obvious mistake is when Toto reveals the wizard by pulling the curtain aside. he doesn't use his mouth, the curtain is tied to the dog by a rope. Dorothy can even be seen later removing the rope. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is a great movie that features a kid who overcomes the struggles in life and maintains his kindness to everyone he meets, and eventually becomes a billionaire. Forrest Gump is a film most people can appreciate. This film sadly does have some continuity mistakes. In the scene where Forrest goes and visits Jenny and is introduced to his son, there's an iron on the ironing board in the background. It stands up, then down, then up. The child's artwork in the background also disappears. If you've seen any mistakes in movies, please let us know in the comments section, and please subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.